This Explorer here is an affordable family hauler. I'll include a link to the Ford and Provo's website in the description down below. They're providing us with the Explorer. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbo 2.3 liter 4-cylinder that goes through a 10-speed. Fuel economy is 20 around town, 27 on the highway. It produces 300 horsepower and then 310 pound-feet of torque. I'm trying to hit 500,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'd really appreciate it if you'd help out with that. The white paint kind of hides what's happening on the hood, but it is raised on either side. Really sharp headlight design. We've got lots of chrome trim on the front end of this Explorer. And there aren't really any features to go over the front end, so there you go. Turning wheel setup is 255 by 65 by 18. You've got these kind of more basic looking silver wheels. Nice cladding there on the side. Continues all along the bottom with a little bit of chrome trim. The mirrors are unpainted, but you do have nice blacked out trim for the pillars and then painted door handles. And then here's your side profile with the Explorer. Now when it comes to the key fob, we've got our lock and unlock function, the opening for the hatch, and then the Ford logo there on the back. The hatch, by the way, is power. Now you'll note there's not a lot of storage space behind the third row, so if you really want storage, you gotta throw down one of the seats or both the seats in the third row. The third row comes with these little straps to throw those down. It is manual for the operation. And we'll close her up. Cool taillight design that kind of arcs across a little bit. This does come with a receiver hitch, parking sensors in the rear as well, and kind of like a box seater design. Let's pop inside. Surprisingly, it's soft touch at the top, and then down below you actually have really cool stitching with the gray trim. Cloth seats here, they are manually adjustable. There's actually a handle at the top to pull the seat forward so you can access the third row. The third row is a bit more cramped, so I'd kind of reserve it for kids. And they should be relatively happy. You've got some USB ports and some little windows, and then also vents here in the back. Legroom here in the back is pretty solid. We also have a little storage pocket. We've got our own climate zone here in the rear, and then more charging ports. And headroom in the back is pretty good. Let's now pop up front. More nice soft touch trim all over the front door panel. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors, and then the mirrors are power adjustable. Cloth trim here at the front seat, and the driver's seat is power adjustable as well. And then we've got our controls for the lights, and the steering wheel is manually adjustable. And let's start her up. Soft touch trim all around the steering wheel itself. Practical controls here on the one side with your voice command phone controls. We've got our adaptive cruise control and volume controls on the other side. And the Explorer still has just traditional stocks. Full digital gauge cluster here in the center, and it can show you different information depending on what you want to see, and then it also has a little kind of animation for the different drive modes. Backup camera in reverse, really good resolution with the camera system itself. And then as for the infotainment system, you've got the shortcut bar here on the side, pretty quick to respond. And yes, the climate controls are built into the screen. They're there at the bottom. And this does come with just heated seats. You have an automatic seat control as well, but yeah, no cooled seats. We do get some physical controls down below for like the auto stop start, your volume, parking assist, camera button, and then your stability control and auto hold. Also have this little kind of storage area. And we've got more down below as well. And in that cubby, we've got some charging ports. Some cup holders here, dial shifter for the 10-speed drive mode select behind that. It's nice trim here on the center console lid, some USB ports inside on top of that. And I will say the dash design in this is kind of interesting. The screen breaks it up a little bit, but overall pretty cool looking. 2025 Explorer, total MSRP, $44,405. Let's see how it performs. The affordable Exploder. Sorry, I had to make the joke. That's actually what we used to call these back in the day because they had, well, could have had some issues. But you know, Ford's done a lot to improve the turbocharged engines. You know, like they used to have cam phasers with the F-150s, the EcoBoost. Don't really have that issue anymore. So that's a pink Mustang. Ooh. I am not a fan of pink cars, except for that pink they have on Porsches. That actually looks pretty good. Otherwise, yeah. Seats are comfortable. And I do like the cloth that Ford's using. I think it has a nice mix of kind of like durability with comfort. Done a good job with that. Smooth power delivery. The 2.3 is a pretty underrated engine, I think. A lot of people see turbocharged 4-cylinder and they go, nah, not me. Not for me. But the 2.3's got great torque, and not only does it have great torque, it gets pretty good fuel economy. And this is a relatively big 3-row crossover SUV. Getting over 20 miles per gallon, not too bad. It's not even a hybrid. Yeah, the power delivery is pretty smooth. I'm hearing a little bit of wind buffeting there. Very slight. I mean, it'd be louder on highway speeds, but very slight. The braking's kind of weird. I feel like I'm struggling to be smooth with the braking here. It's kind of more like an on-off switch rather than a dimmer switch. Some cars are just like that. You know, my wife and I owned a Defender for a year to test on the channel, and it's kind of the same way with that car, where it was like on-off. So, kind of interesting. I like that they give you soft touch for like the upper touch points, so it's like, even though you're sitting on cloth, the other stuff kind of has more of a upscale feel to it. And you know what I will say? This is me being a little bit cynical about all this. I've noticed they've made these baselines more premium to kind of like make it an easier pill to swallow, because like baseline car back in the day, you know, used to be quite a bit less money than this. And great power. But yeah, now that's like baseline is over 40 grand. It's like, oh, well, let's give them some soft touch and some nice trim so that they don't feel so bad about spending over $40,000. It's kind of an interesting setup that's going on here. Yeah, really smooth. I like it. I like it. So in summary, if you need to move people and you want to do it affordably, that's kind of what this is going for. And it's not a bad car. I mean, it still has, and again, this is the thing, is they've added fancy features. It's got heated seats, it's got parking sensors, it's got nice soft touch trim throughout. So it's not baseline like you know, baseline back in the day was like plastic everywhere, cloth seats, that's it, right? You're lucky if you got power lock and power windows. Definitely no heated seats. Definitely, you know, no fancy Explorer across the dash, little things like that. No, it was as basic as it could get to make it as cheap as it could be. So base today is not what base was yesterday. But yeah, in today's market, this is less expensive than the average brand new car. So either way, let me know what you guys think about the Exploder. I'm just kidding, the Explorer.